Hypocrisy.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Law-Splaining the Interwebs. I am your host, Nick Rekieta of Rekieta Law, a small law firm in central Minnesota. And, hey, what's up, guys? How are you? How you doing? I love that none of you can agree on whether or not the new intro, or, well, people, I shouldn't say none of you. Many of you agree that it's good, and many agree that it's terrible. So I love that it is a source of conflict. It brings me warmth. It warms my cockles. All of that stuff. All of that stuff. Yes, I'm wearing my Brazil World Cup jersey for one particular reason. I had to go outside today to a playground. And I wanted something that was a little bit breathable to wear, and I just haven't put on a different shirt. So you're stuck with this blazing yellow with some green trim. So that's that. How are you guys doing tonight? What is outside? I don't want to know. I never want the answer to that question ever again. It's like it was 63 degrees or something today, and I was just dying outside. I hate this heat allergy, man. It is pathetic. It is pathetic. Nothing humbles you quicker than the mildest discomfort being basically debilitating. That's great. It's great. It's fucking great. So anyway, let's see. Today we're going to be talking about Russell Greer's response to Janny Jersh. We're going to do that. And we're going to talk more about Artur, the based Polish man. And he has new legal woes that have been mounting. No, devil's advocate. I know. Guys, I'm not saying that 63 degrees is hot. I'm not actually. Let me do my Miyagi-Do stupid meditation. I'm pointing out that 63 degrees isn't hot, but my body is an idiot. And so even though it's like gorgeous, glorious time outside where it's like, this is perfection. It's almost chilly. It's almost a little chilly. And my body's still like, yeah, but you moved a little bit. And if you move plus add sunlight, then your body warms up a tiny bit. So therefore, get itchy, motherfucker. That's what my body says to me. It's stupid. I don't know how to fix it. I can't. There's not a fix. There's temporary relief, but there's not a fix. And it pisses me off. Because, could I just eat some bullets or, sand or titanium? What does it take? What do I have to do? Do I have to, get a tattoo? Do I have to carve something, some ritual scarification into my body with a rusty nail? What is it? I would take that over the stupid, lameness that is my age. Because getting old sucks. Getting old really sucks. But not to be deterred, I do have the solution. And it's this. I've been complaining the past couple days that I don't have a good go-to whiskey. I hadn't been to the liquor store, and so I've been really hesitant to have too many drinks, because it's like, well, this is like my share whiskey that I have. With expensive whiskeys, I like to share them with people, because I don't want to I like them. I would drink them constantly, but I would prefer to share them with friends and stuff like that. So I needed some non-share whiskey, some daily sort of driver show whiskey. So I got some new bottles. I'll show you what I got. I got this. This is one of the Aaron malts. It's the Sauternes cask finish. This is apparently a wine finish. Aaron malts, I believe, are Islay malts. Yeah, from the Isle of Arran. And I believe these are pretty heavily peated. So I got that one. And then I got this other one, which is in a port cask finish. Same thing, another Aaron malt, but in a port cask finish. We'll try that one out. And then I got the real killer, the Murder Factory himself, the Rittenhouse Rye Whiskey. That's right, pedos beware. This one will end ya. So this is the Rittenhouse Straight Rye Whiskey. Its aim is true. It never misses. I've never seen it. I've never had it. And I was like, oh, I have to. But I'll tell you a story about how little like the world knows. So I get these 3 bottles up to the counter, right, at the liquor store, my local liquor store. And I was like, every time I come in here, you guys have new stuff. Can't wait. I love trying new stuff. And she's like, yeah. And she brings up the 2 Aaron malts. And then I go, I'm really excited for that one. I bet it's a killer, right? And she's like, what? I'm like, the Rittenhouse. It's named after that kid. It's like, who? It's like that kid in Wisconsin who shot people. She's like, huh? I was like, at the protest. The kid who shot the people at the protest. She goes, oh. And I was like, yeah. So apparently those jokes don't fly in real life with normal people. It's like, come on. You have to have heard this news. Please. Anything. A chuckle. Nothing. So, Lobster 11, why am I so... I wasn't awkward. I was natural. The joke just died. It died on the steps, man. It was rough. Have I ever told you how hard my life is? Sometimes people don't laugh at my jokes that are about important legal culture. Like Kyle Rittenhouse. I'm out in public and they just don't laugh and nobody understands me. So anyway, in honor of my joke dying, I figured I would do, well, I killed that joke like Rittenhouse killed the pedo. So I think that's what we're going to drink tonight. Ooh, it's got an illustrious screw top. How much did this even cost? Oh no. Let's see. It literally doesn't give me a breakdown of by bottle, but it wasn't much. Probably $20. Look at that fine screw top liquor. So, yeah. You're late, but YouTube never gave me a live notification. That's why you got to get on the locals. Locals is the path to notification victory. The locals notifications are always on point. They go out every time I post the live stream link. You get one. The bottle is glass. We've got the It's got a glass sound. I don't know if you could hear that. Let's see what we got. Yes, to all of those out there who are game night Twitch fans versus movie night Twitch fans, I have to apologize to you in advance. Twitch glitched out in the middle of My Cousin Vinny last night, right at 50 minutes. And it was way too late for me to start a 2-hour movie at that point. So tonight I will be having to push the game night because it's like the last night that I can watch My Cousin Vinny on Twitch. So tonight is My Cousin Vinny Redux. We're doing it again. I really, really don't like that when you do the watch parties on Twitch, they don't let you fast forward or rewind or skip or anything like that. So I couldn't just go back to the spot. We have to start it all over. It's got a weird taste in there. It's not bad. Something else happening in there. A little bit of sour action going on. We're gonna have to reserve judgment on this. You got to be careful with this one. If you approach it the wrong way, it'll put you down. It'll put you down. What else happened today? I was at a playground for hours. My kids had the homeschool co-op got all the kids together and went to the public playground. So the kids are just running around like animals outside, having fun or whatever. Not sure what fun even is. It's really nice up front, but on the back end, man, there's some... It's like a sweet and sour mix. Not a huge fan of mixing sweet and sour. We'll see. We'll see. This might be a bitter pill. But hey, I think by drink number 2, no one will care what it is at all. So that's fine. Yeah. All right. So tonight we're going to be reading, I think I mentioned this before, but I'll say it again because I don't remember. Russell Greer's response to Joshua Moon. And we're going to talk about the adventures of Artur. His life has gotten significantly more complicated. Oh my goodness. Since we last talked yesterday. And yeah, updates today on that. Oh, let me get this out front. No, there is no Vic News tonight. If there were Vic News, I would be covering it. Instead, I would have changed the topic. There was no Vic News. Unfortunately, what's really annoying about the timing of the Texas court is I like to have my live stream link up no later than 9 p.m. To allow everybody a couple hours to see it and get in here. But the Texas Court of Appeals releases their opinion at 9:30 p.m. on the dot. And so I have to set topics for Thursday night shows. But then if it changes, like if Vic were to have if the Vic opinion were to be released, I would cancel whatever other topics there were and I would do the Vic show. I would talk about it. But there was no decision today. So yet another day has gone by. I think June 22nd is still like their deadline-ish day. And I say deadline with the loosest possible meaning because there's not actually a deadline. It's the appeals court, and there is no relief for them being late. It's just their own sort of internal deadline. So, but to get that out of the way, there is no news in the Vic case. As soon as there is news in the Vic case, you guys will know because I will cover it that day. What do we got here? Here we go. Let's see. Anything else I wanted to talk about? Yeah, I guess there's a minor thing. I have gotten a camera set up for my Xbox to do Twitch broadcasts from the Xbox. I have done that. However, apparently the Wi-Fi signal to the Xbox is garbage, so I need to get a hardline solution. I mean, I have like a long cable that I can just plug into the hub, and that'll probably work. It's probably what I'll do for now, but I'm trying to get a solution where where I can get an Ethernet cable up into that room. There's just not an easy way to do it right now. So, for that, I want to be able to stream from my relaxation room with the Xbox and play some games on Twitch. I've got it set up. I've got the headphones hooked up to the Xbox, so I should be able to talk. I did a test stream last night for a minute or two, and I got the video running. I think the audio was running, but it was so damn choppy it was impossible to tell. No, Powerline Ethernet does not work well in this house. I've tried it. It's not a winner. The other thing that happened last night. So remember the family soup, the communist guy who was out at the protests, and I was watching his protest, and we were all having a good time getting banned from his chat or whatever. I had told the guy I would pay him $100. And he was like, he never said anything. He just banned me. And so I see last night that he's live streaming Halo 5 on YouTube to 3 viewers. Poor guy. Doesn't understand how this works. You can't like convert from I cover riots to I live stream Halo. It doesn't work that way. But anyway, so he's live streaming some Halo. He's relaxing. So I pop in there, and he's on Team Blue, and he's shooting the red team. And I'm like, hey, man, that's rude. Red lives matter. And then I'm telling him that I don't understand why he's backing the blue. And that's probably why he's losing subscribers. And so then we're chatting, and he's like, hey, you owe me $100. You said you'd pay me $100. And I was like, yeah, you got to send me a link. And he's like, oh, you're not going to pay me $100. I'm like, of course I'm going to pay you $100. Like, I used your show for coverage, of course, like to generate content for me, of course. So he finally, he sent me, these damn kids cannot just get a PayPal account. Just get a PayPal account. Oh my God, it's easy. But he's got Venmo and Cash App, which are garbage. So I had to make a Cash App account to send this guy $100. And then when I did, he was like, oh my God, you did it. Thank you. I'm like, what? You think I was lying? Like, what the hell is this? You just lie, huh? No, I don't. Anyway, just get a fucking PayPal. Like, if you're going to be a streamer, get a PayPal. Like, what? Venmo me, Cash App me. No, that kind of looks like I'm buying your lunch or whatever. That's weird. Get a PayPal. Like, if you want to do this professionally. But, anyway. So I sent him, I actually sent him $150 because I want him to do better. Andrew Baser, send me $100. Go live stream at the riots or whatever, and I'll do it. I'll generate some good content, man. I support people who make content, especially content that I get to make fun of. So yeah. Anyway, so it was a good time. I hung out with him for about 30 minutes, just chatting with him. It was pretty easy because there's only like a couple people on his stream. And I don't say that to make fun of him, but it was nice because I could just talk to him, and then after he'd kill someone or die, you know, he'd look at his messages and then he'd respond. What was it? What's his channel? It's The Family Soup. Here we go. I mean, the guy, look. Oh my gosh. I think it's The Family's Soup. What the hell? His channel's really hard to find because it's not very big. Let me see if I can do it this way. I'll go to my history. The live stream I was watching yesterday. Let's see, where are we? But The Family Soup TV. Here we go. I'm going to link it. He's almost up to 400 subscribers, and I think most of them are from here. So he did say thank you. Thank you guys for subscribing to his show. But I don't know. He's just some random guy from Minnesota, and he's got all sorts of videos. If you want to check it out, go ahead. Look, it's going to have a heavy communist bent to it. But who cares? Who cares? He's out there. He's out there getting pepper sprayed or whatever. You know, better than me. I don't want to have my ass pepper sprayed. That sounds like a shit day, in my opinion. But yeah. So anyway, I fulfilled my duty. And I said I would pay the guy for his coverage, and so I did. All right. Oh, and looks like I might have a collaboration with Robert Grueller at some point soon, so that'll be fun. I'll keep you guys posted on that. Let me hit a couple of the super chats, and then we will go ahead and get into this content. I don't know if we're going to go the full time tonight because I'd like to get a jump start on My Cousin Vinny. But let's get into this content. All right. Richard Grubber says gamer word. Agree, man. Agree. I agree in with that sentiment. Oh my gosh, do I have to see if then Streamlabs, by the way, has been absolute shit lately. Yep. See? Someone sent me a chat earlier, and Streamlabs doesn't show it. It's Mike DeWine's shit-eating grin. He says, you don't have to read this out loud. Okay. I'm going to read it out loud. He says, you don't have to read this out loud. Dropping this because I like you and to bug you about Null. He's getting sued by Fatrick Tomlinson in Minnesota. He said he reached out to you for some kind of help, but never heard anything back. Let me clear the record on that. And this is not in any way a slight to Null or anything like that. But two corrections in that statement. One, Fatrick Tomlinson is suing him in Wisconsin, not in Minnesota. He's suing him in Wisconsin, not in Minnesota. So I cannot directly help Null with the case. If he was going after him in Minnesota, I would have been happy to actually assist him in that. However, he was suing him in Wisconsin, where I am not licensed. I did get him some referrals. I believe he pursued one of them. That is up to him to talk about, not to me. Not me to talk about. But just so you guys know that I was trying to help Null out as best I could. I hope I was able to help him, but I'm not going to presume anything on anybody. That case looks like a bunch of shit. And it's a really weird situation. But hopefully things are progressing well in that. I have done kind of what I can do on that front. And I can't, because of, my minor intervention, I can't really talk about anything that I did because it's not my story to tell. If Noel wants to talk about it, I'm fully fine with him talking about whatever, good or bad, he has to say about it. That's fine. But it's not my place to talk about it. So, yeah. But needless to say, it was not in Minnesota. If it was in Minnesota, I would have happily filed some stuff on behalf of Null, no problem. But it was in Wisconsin. So I think he originally said on his first live stream that he knew a lawyer in Wisconsin, Ricada, but he hadn't heard back from me. Well, I wasn't in Wisconsin, so I couldn't do much about it. So yeah. Anyway, but yeah, I'll probably talk about that lawsuit as if anything ever happens publicly in the lawsuit, I can talk about what happens publicly. But right now, it's really hard to follow that suit because it's in Wisconsin, and Wisconsin does not have easy access to all of the documentation and all of that stuff. And I don't believe anyone has been served in that suit either. So, to my knowledge, nobody actually knows what the underlying lawsuit is about, definitely. I mean, people have ideas of what it's about. I have my opinions. I assume it's something like defamation, false light, and intentional infliction of emotional distress because that playbook is really boring. But that's what everybody does on the internet these days. So, but I don't know because you can't actually read the filing. But yeah, I'll let Null talk about that case as much as he wants to. And again, he can talk about whatever I've done. I don't have any privilege there. He holds the privilege as talking to me, and he can say whatever he wants about that. But I can't, so I'm not gonna. How's that for you? What's up? But I did want to clear the air on that it is not in Minnesota. It's in Wisconsin, and I was responsive to Null as I can be. So, that's how that goes. Scraith77 says, Biden wants to save the environment. The environment includes the trees. Trees are used for lynching. Biden is a racist. YouTube wouldn't let me send this message. And then he sent, comma, exclamation point, comma, YouTube, which I believe is a fuck you, YouTube. Yeah, I agree to that. I'm supposed to have live streaming on Odyssey, but it's not actually, I can't find the live streaming button. So I'm going to reach out to them because a guy said that I should, one of the Odyssey guys said I should have the ability to live stream on there. As soon as I do, I'll let you guys know so you can test it out and see what's going on. I would love to maybe throw in I want to cover the Odyssey lawsuit, but I thought it'd be fun to cover it exclusively on Odyssey to let people know how that works. But I can't find the live stream button. I literally cannot. It's not where it's supposed to be. I thought he said it was by the uploads, and it's not there. But yeah. But yeah, I've also got to figure out how like their chat works and how to integrate all of that into OBS or whatever. We'll figure it out though. Working on it. But thank you to everybody who watches the videos over on Odyssey. The channel's actually been doing pretty well over there, so that's great. Lots of the interactivity is climbing, so that's cool. Angry Baneling, this is the Brazil World Cup shirt from 2014. I don't know what year it was. I don't remember. Oh, look at that. The back of my hair is a disaster. Oh, my God. Duden2217 says, I was going back over some of the Vic depots, and it finally struck me just how involved a certain bald beta might be. Ron may be an immensely useful idiot in that he's a misdirect from somebody with power over female VAs. Oh, you mean Sabbath? Yeah, Sabbath's a giant pile of shit. William Smith says, I too suffer from heat allergy. It's real. Stop picking on poor Nikki. Dude, it sucks. Tina says, nice gay shirt, Nick. You and Vic would make a good couple with his gay pants. Oh, thank you. Thank you. All right. Let's do this. Hold on. I gotta. The Nazi Gestapo is out in force. Check this out, guys. So this is an update today. This is from the shortest news wire on the planet, the Daily Wire. Calgary court issues warrant permitting police to do anything necessary to enter pastor's church and arrest him. Law enforcement is authorized to do anything necessary to carry out the arrest, is a quote from the warrant. The Polish pastor who made international headlines for kicking provincial officials from his church in Alberta, Canada, is facing potential arrest after a Calgary court issued a warrant against him. The Court of Queen's Bench Justice David Gates, emphasis on the gate, authorized police and health officials, quote, to use such reasonable force as they deem appropriate to gain access to the building of Pastor Artur Pawlowski's, the Fortress Cave of Adullam Church in Calgary, according to a copy of the court order obtained by Rebel News. And I do have the court order pulled up here as well. We can take a peek at this thing if we want. It's not very long. Well, let's read the rest of this news story here. The warrant, which was issued April 23rd, but not seen by Pawlowski's lawyer until this week, also forbids Pawlowski or anyone else from interfering with officials attempting to enter his church and, if he resists, permits law enforcement to do anything necessary to arrest him, imprison him, and drag him before a judge. Obviously, this is a quote, and the rest of that is exposition. That's some Daily Wire editorializing there, but, I mean, that is the basic gist of it. But just so you know that this isn't actually word for word from the order. The respondent, Artur Pawlowski, together with any other person at the property, shall grant access to any executive officer as defined in the Alberta Public Health Act in order for him or her to attend at the property without notice during the hours of 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. to allow the executive officer to exercise his or her powers under Section 59 of the Act. The warrant reads in part. You know what this tells me? Here's what I do if I'm Artur. Here's what I do. I start services at 6 a.m. and 8:05 p.m. That's what I do from now on. 6 a.m. to 7:55, and I end it, or to 7 or whatever, and then I start services again at 8:05 p.m. And I say, fuck your order. Because this is the goal, right? They don't want to come in at any 8 to 8 segment of time. They want to only come in while church is happening. That's what they want to do. So I would say to my congregation, let's change the time. Let's change the time. They can't bully us. They can't do it. In the event the respondent, Artur Pawlowski... Oh, wait, here we go. to allow the executive officer to exercise his or her powers under Section 59 of the Act. The warrant reads in part. In the event respondent Artur Pawlowski or any other person refuses to grant any executive officer access to the premises or hinders or interferes with the executive officer in the exercise of his or her powers, then any member of the police service shall be permitted to accompany and assist the executive officer and use such reasonable force as they consider appropriate to gain access to the premises and allow the executive officer or anyone assisting the executive officer to exercise his or her powers pursuant to Section 59 of the Act, the warrant also says. Warrant goes on to specify that if there are any reasonable grounds for law enforcement to believe Pawlowski or anyone else has violated the court order, they are permitted to forthwith arrest that person, restrain him or her, and bring him or her at the earliest possible time before a justice of the court of the Queen's Bench to show cause why he or she should not be held in contempt of court. So this is the way that courts get around enforcement issues. This is a way that courts get around it. They issue an order and then they say, we'll arrest you for contempt for non-compliance with the order that we just issued. They may not be able to arrest you under the act. However, they can arrest you for contempt of court and bring you in and force you to grovel before the court and tell them why you don't respect their authority. Now, I almost hope that Arthur resists, gets arrested, goes before the Queen's Bench with someone in the audience broadcasting. He says, "You Nazi Gestapo!" to some pale face, wigged robe sitting on a bench, right? And with all of the insanity of them being gathered in a small courtroom for them to complain about him breaking social distancing at the church or something stupid like that. Also stipulated, but I mean, kind of, it's not really a stipulation if both parties aren't agreeing, is that an individual shall not be arrested unless they have been given the opportunity to comply with the order. It is further ordered that in making an arrest under this order, law enforcement is authorized to do anything necessary to carry out the arrest, including the use of as much reasonable force as may be necessary to make the arrest, and without warrant to enter any place where on reasonable grounds law enforcement believes that the offending person may be found. So here's where I don't know Canadian law, but this is amazing right here. This would not fly in the United States. You cannot obviate the warrant requirement on everything that exists. Like, look at this. Without warrant, enter any place where on reasonable grounds law enforcement believes that the offending person may be found. In the U.S., you would need probable cause and a valid warrant exception. Even a court order is not sufficient to overcome the warrant requirement. You would need to have probable cause, and you would need an exception to the warrant requirement. You can't have a blanket, like this would be an unreasonable blanket authority granted. What if it's someone else's house, right? So they interfere, then they get to somewhere else, right? Just some person's house, a friend of theirs. So then the cops show up and they're like, "We want to enter your house. Do you have a warrant?" "We don't need one. We have reason to believe. We have reason to believe that Artur may be here. We're going to enter it." Wait. What reason? You know him. That's not reasonable. Well, we say it is. Boom. Gestapo. Gestapo. Yeah, this would be challengeable in the U.S. Way too broad. Like, you'd want to appeal that, request an immediate injunction, and say this is far beyond the constitutional guarantees of the Fourth Amendment. Period. The Alberta Health Services official whose name is listed as the filing party of the court order did not respond to Daily Wire's request for comment. Of course not. Here's their Calgary police obtained secret warrant to use any force necessary to disrupt church service. Please go to saveartur.com and help us do everything we can to save Pastor Artur. Donate here. Let's yeah. Oh, my headphones are upstairs. I've used my old ones. Where are my old ones? We got that. What the fuck? I've got some random stream playing? Where? Odyssey? Why are you playing? I don't want to play a video. Oh my God. I had Odyssey open. Apparently it was just playing videos. Good job. Okay. Let's take a look. I haven't watched this. Let's see what he has to say.
Hello friends, this is Pastor Artur Pawlowski. I am sure you are aware of the battle that I am in the middle of, a battle for my life. They want me in jail. They want to arrest us only because we dare to worship our God, and we want to do it in peace. They're coming very heavy. They're bringing documents. They're bringing SWAT team. They're bringing health inspectors, police officers, and the bylaw officers. But there is a good news. Rebel News decided to help us, and they're hiring the best lawyers in the country to keep me out of jail. If you want to help, please to go to saveartur.com and you can help me stay out of jail. Please support, please help. Let's push the evil away. Let's be the light in this time of darkness. And I'm going to go this Saturday to the church and I'm going to worship God freely, just like every free citizen of this country in a free and democratic society should, without interference.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you think you're in a democratic society? You're in Canuckistan, my friend. You're behind the polite Iron Curtain. You're behind the polite Iron Curtain. So, I don't know anything about Rebel News. I don't care about Rebel News. You know, you guys can make up your own minds on that, but I will support Artur by talking about his case. I would love to get him on the show. I'll be reaching out to him to see if that's a possibility. But yeah, this is for all of the bullshit in the United States. All of the bullshit in the United States. With some level of frequency, there comes something from one of these Eurocuck countries. And I'm going to include Canada in that because Canada is still a British territory. Because that's how fucking lame Canada is that they're still... India's not even... Fake-ass India isn't even a British territory anymore, but Canada still worships the Queen or whatever. But every now and then, one of these Eurocut countries are like, oh, we're just as free as the United States, eh? Comes along, and you find out how untrue that is. How untrue that is. You saw it with Dankula. You see it here in Canada. They're just, it pops up every now and then. It's like, oh, we have free speech over here, mate. No, you don't. You actually don't. I mean, the U.S. kind of doesn't, but you really don't. What about the Patriot Act? As if those countries don't have similar intrusions. Of course they do. Of course they do. Someone said, just check what I tagged you in. I hate. It's much easier if you actually just, whatchamacallit, message something to me. Oh my gosh. That is pretty good. That is pretty good. Maybe we'll talk about that a little bit later. I'll keep it pulled up. Okay. Yes, you're right. The Patriot Act has been effectively repealed, but its legacy will endure for a long time in the United States. Let's not make any bones about the effects of the Patriot Act will be felt for a very long time. But it's technically gone. Frank the Tank, I am still going to complain. All right, let's finish this up. Last Saturday, Pawlowski demanded health officials and police speak with his lawyer when they attempted to give him the warrant to enter his church during a service to investigate the premises after Pawlowski first ejected provincial officials from his church during Easter weekend. Calgary police said in a statement there was a concern that Pawlowski and his congregation were not adhering to the government's COVID-19 public health orders, according to the Toronto Sun. And I mean, that is, you know what? Get the hell out. And for all the shit our Supreme Court has gotten lately, the one credit to the U.S. Supreme Court is that they have been doing some favorable decisions in favor of churches in light of COVID orders, particularly in California, where they have shut down the Ninth Circuit 5 times now. 5 times the Ninth Circuit has been shut down by the Supreme Court on religious freedom in the time of COVID. It's not a perfect system, but at least we do have some recognition that, yeah, you can't just treat churches worse than everybody else. So they've been doing something better, but again, it's not good enough. We don't have enough lawyers out there taking these cases, challenging these lockdown orders in meaningful ways. And I know that's going to sound like really lame coming from me, who's a lawyer who in theory could file these cases, but I don't have the resources to fight something to the Supreme Court. Not even close. Not even close. So it's a frustrating shit show because you need a combination of law firms with enough resources and experience to bring these cases up. You need the right plaintiffs, which also comes into that resources and experience thing. And then you need them to actually do it. But so many lawyers are leftist that it's hard to find them. All right. Matt the Beast says, we are totally not behaving like horrible, unmentionable groups we're being accused of behaving like. We just want to bust into a place of religious worship and drag the pull out in front of everyone and throw him in jail until he's learned. Exactly. Exactly. Of course they do. Death Wish says, don't have the resources equals lazy. Yeah. Literally don't have the time and manpower to do it. I don't have a firm that's more than just me. I don't have a paralegal. I don't have other lawyers who can draft stuff. I may be lazy. But I have this business. And if I were to try and fight a case like that, I wouldn't be able to do this business. I wish there were more people willing to do it. I can't even convince the most Republican conservative congressman in Minnesota to do fucking anything about Governor Walz. That's the shitty aspect of this, is like the people who should be opposed to the governor not doing anything. They're not doing anything about it. It's like that's actually they're elected to do this. They're like, well, we won't win though. It's a fucking shame. Pawlowski, who grew up under the jackboot of the Soviets behind the Iron Curtain in Poland, has been sounding the alarm regarding what he perceives to be growing state tyranny in Western countries under the guise of public health. Pawlowski ends up being jailed He will not be the first pastor to have been locked up in Alberta for allegedly violating the Public Health Act. Pastor James Coates, who pastors Grace Life Church in the Edmonton area, was arrested in February and jailed in a maximum security prison for more than a month. Maximum security. Coates still faces one charge of violating gathering size restrictions under Alberta's Public Health Act. Maximum security. For which he will stand trial in May. Earlier this month, a provincial court ruled that he will not be allowed to challenge the constitutional validity of Alberta's Public Health Act and that the government does not have to provide scientific evidence justifying the public health order. Canada's just as free as Western countries, eh? Oh, by the way, you don't get to challenge the order, eh? Courts aren't going to look at it. Police later raided Coates' church during the early morning and erected 3 layers of chain link fence around the facility, prompting Coates and his congregation to meet in secret. Wow. That's all they've got on it. Canada is a shithole. Some beautiful landscape, but oh my God, what a disaster of freedom. I'd be afraid to go to Canada. I'd be afraid I wouldn't get to come home. Like I'd be locked up for some reason. No, I did not watch that video, SPQ. But good Lord. I went to Canada back in 2010. I went to Canada in 2010. We went to, where were we? Banff. Banff. It was beautiful. And then I went to Canada, obviously, for the anime convention. Kitchener City Comic-Con. That was last year, right in February, right before all this stuff. And I've enjoyed it both times, but man, I am leery about going to Canada. All right. Wow. What a bunch of shit. All right, let's take a look at Russell Greer. Let's take a look at Russell Greer. Oh wait, I was going to look at the court order. Let's check this out real quick. This is a court order against Artur. Brutally honest Canuckistan says Calgary was the most free American-like city in Canada. Then we elected a Muslim mayor, a socialist provincial government, and Trudeau. We fucked ourselves. Yeah, I keep hearing about what Calgary's in Alberta, right? Like how Alberta's the based part of Canada or whatever. Yeah, the base part of Canada sounds like California to me. But, you know, that's just like my opinion, man. So here we go. Here's the, upon the without notice application of the applicant. You didn't even get notice. The without notice application of the applicant, Alberta Health Services, pursuant to Section 61(2) of the Public Health Act. So he doesn't even get a chance to fight it. Government only. This is balanced, right? Very balanced. And upon hearing from counsel for AHS, only for the government. The government got to make their argument, but not the church. Not the church. Street Church Evangelism Ministries International Foundation, a.k.a. Street Church, a.k.a. Fortress Cave of Adulam, and Artur Pawlowski. None of these entities got to have their say. Just these guys. And upon reading the affidavit of Sarah Nunn. Oh, Sarah Nunn. That must be the chick with the lesbian haircut who keeps showing up at all these businesses. Respondent Artur Pawlowski is not really a respondent unless he gets to respond, you fucking commies. Together with any other person at the property, municipally referred to as 4315 26th Avenue Southeast Calgary, Alberta, the property, shall grant access to any executive officer from 8 to 8 p.m. We saw this already. Respondent, is restrained from obstructing, molesting, hindering. A restraining order, again, an ex parte restraining order, which typically in the U.S., if there's an ex parte restraining order issued against you, you have 5 days to challenge it. Well, I shouldn't say in the U.S. In Minnesota, you have 5 days. So if I get an ex parte restraining order against you, it's because, it's because my client, we believe, is in imminent danger from you. So then the officer will serve, they'll have an officer or a sheriff usually serve that restraining order upon someone, but they have 5 days to challenge that warrant, and they can request an immediate hearing or not the warrant, the restraining order. They have 5 days to challenge a restraining order and can request an immediate hearing challenging that restraining order, challenging it on any number of grounds. I don't see that in here. Maybe that's true in Canada. For some reason, I don't think so. Because we balance something in the U.S. We balance the fact that someone might be in literal imminent physical danger, and that's the point of an ex parte restraining order. That's the only time you get them, by the way. The government doesn't get to get an ex parte order against you to enter your place. Now, they may get a warrant. They may get a warrant request granted. That would be on probable cause. They would have to articulate the probable cause that is the basis for the warrant request in their decision. And that would be a little bit different. This is what the fuck even is this? This is an order. This isn't even a warrant. That's the crazy thing. This is a court order, not a warrant. In the event they interfere, shall be permitted to accompany and assist, blah, blah, blah. Upon there being reasonable grounds to believe that the respondent, Artur Pawlowski, or any other person has breached any terms of the court's order, any member of law enforcement is authorized to forthwith arrest that person, restrain him, and to bring him or her at the earliest possible time before a justice of the court to show why he or she should not be held in contempt of court, provided that such person shall not be arrested unless he or she has been previously served with a copy of the court's order by a member of law enforcement or an executive officer, and, upon being given an opportunity to do so, does not thereafter obey the court's order. It is further ordered that in making an arrest, law enforcement is authorized to do anything necessary to carry out the arrest, including the use of reasonable force as necessary and without warrant to enter any place where on reasonable grounds they believe the offending person may be found. There you go. This order is sufficient authority for the keeper of a correctional institution to hold the offending person in custody pending appearance before a justice of the court. I'm sure he won't be brought to a maximum security facility, though. That would be ludicrous, just like Pastor Coates. Yeah, man. Canada. Unbased and blue-pilled, even in Calgary and Alberta. All right. This is different, of course. This is a completely different thing. This was filed a couple days ago, 10 days ago, April 20th, by Russell Greer, suing Joshua Moon, publisher of the website Kiwi Farms, a website, and Kiwi Farms. Okay, so he's suing both Josh and Kiwi Farms. Hopefully he's been serving both of them. Play Greer's last song. Is it a cover of something? Because I don't want to fuck around with copyright shit. Introduction. We'll take a look at this. Now, this is 56 pages. However, Greer's motion, or his reply to the response, So let me back up. Greer filed for a preliminary injunction. Num says, quickly look at Section 1 of the Charter of Rights and Freedoms. A few sentences, if something becomes law, it effectively becomes constitutional. Okay, let's see. Charter of Rights and Freedoms. Let's see. I want to just... Your own copy of the charter, which is available as a PDF. Okay. Well, what the fuck is it? I just want to read. Here we go. How fucking long is this? G. Woodworth says, get fucked, Ricada Law, you suck. Okay. This is in French. Oh, here we go. It's also in English. I was going to say, I don't read French stuff because I'm, if you read in French, I think you got to be worried that you'll turn gay. Okay, so whereas Canada is founded upon principles that recognize the supremacy of God and the rule of law, the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms guarantees the rights and freedoms set out in it, subject only to such reasonable limits prescribed by law as can be demonstrably justified in a free and democratic society. Everyone has the following fundamental freedoms: freedom of conscience and religion, but again, subject to the reasonable limits prescribed by law. Freedom of thought, belief, opinion, and expression, including freedom of the press and other media of communication. Freedom of peaceful assembly and freedom of association. All subject to the such reasonable limits prescribed by law, as can be demonstrably justified in a free and democratic society. Free and democratic societies freely make laws that are not very justifiable all the time. Every citizen of Canada has the right to vote in an election of members of the House of Commons or of a legislative assembly and to be qualified for membership therein. No House of Commons. Mobility rights. Oh, here we go. Every citizen of Canada has the right to enter, remain in, and leave Canada. Do you feel like you have that right now? I bet not. I bet you don't. Every citizen of Canada and every person who has the status of permanent resident of Canada has the right to move and to take up residence in any province, pursue the gaining of livelihood in any province. Rights specified in subsection 2 are subject to any laws or practices of general application in force in a province other than those that discriminate amongst persons primarily on the basis of province, of present or previous residence, and any laws providing for reasonable residency requirements as a qualification for the receipt of publicly provided social services. Subsections 2 and 3 do not preclude any law, program, or activity that has its object the amelioration in a province of conditions of individuals at province who are socially or economically disadvantaged. So they have affirmative action in their fucking constitution. Weird. Life, liberty, and security of the person, and the right not to be deprived thereof except in accordance with the principles of fundamental justice. Right to be secure against unreasonable search and seizure. Right not to be arbitrarily detained or imprisoned. Everyone has the right on arrest or detention to be informed promptly of the reasons therefor. Obtain and instruct counsel without delay to be informed of that right, and to have the validity of the detention determined by way of habeas corpus, and to be released if the detention is not lawful. Any person charged... Okay, we're not going to go through all this. But, yeah, that first thing, you're right. Subject to the laws. It's like when someone in England tells you that they have a constitutional guarantee, except that no act of parliament can prescribe a current parliament. It can't bind them. So current parliament has full power in England. Automata says, to be fair, in the U.S. recently, the government got an ex parte stay of a release order leading to Eric Munchell being held for weeks without even trying to make a required dangerousness finding until that appeals court stepped in. Yep. Oh, yeah. We have the freedom, but freedom is always a theoretical. The practical is you have to, unfortunately, you may have to go through some shit and courts can fuck around. That's what I was talking about in my video about the CAD files. Remember back in 2018, Trump changed the rules on CAD files, and it took until after he was out of office for an appeals court to say, oh yeah, of course he could do that. But in the meanwhile, it was illegal for the entire time, and the lawsuit had to go on for the entire time in the interim. Because that judge decided he would just fuck around. He just made it up. He literally just made up law that didn't exist and applied it through a preliminary injunction across the entire nation. And he will face 0 consequences. Jason McConnell says, best one in the Constitution, the notwithstanding clause. This allows any province to cancel any constitutional right indefinitely. God, ooh, Canada's such a shithole. Mr. Bentham says, blame Canada, blame Canada. It's a South Park song if you don't know, boomer. Oh my God, I do know. I'm very, very familiar with Blame Canada. It's not my favorite song from the show, though. What Would Brian Boitano Do was much funnier. Also, Kyle's mom's a bitch. All right. So, back to Russell Greer. Plaintiff Greer files this reply to defendant's opposition motion within the statutory 14-day reply timeframe. In this reply, okay, so Greer is suing Moon and Kiwi Farms, and he's also asked the court for a preliminary injunction. So Josh hired Scortis. Scortis answered with a motion to dismiss, but he also responded to the motion for preliminary injunction. So now Greer gets to reply to the response to the motion. All right? That's what this is. In this reply, plaintiff will not address factor 1 of the 4 factors for a preliminary injunction. What? He will not delve into the rebuttals of defendant's arguments on the claims as he addresses defendant's contentions in his opposition motion to dismiss, which will soon follow because he has a longer deadline to file that particular motion. However, plaintiff does have the likelihood to succeed on all of his claims. Ah! What the fuck, Russ? I'm going to drink some active shooter whiskey. What the hell are you doing, you dummy? You can maybe get away with, he's not pushing up against a word count here, okay? You can maybe get away with saying, I have already addressed this in this filed document, docket number, blah, 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 and cite to your own thing. You can maybe get away with that. You cannot reply and say, I'm gonna address it later, totes swear, but it'll be outside the deadline. What the hell are you doing? Ah! Peter Pete says, I PayPal you another $50 if you can explain how Ohio said they can tax people not living or working in Ohio because the state is hurting for money and all business was shut down. Dude, I have no idea. I haven't seen that story. Don't pay me $50. Don't do that. But do email me that story. I would love to look at it. Blood C, you can request a deadline extension. It would have been hard for him to justify it, but just write your response. Like, just address it. Like, this is... All right. So he has moved for a preliminary injunction. They have responded to the preliminary injunction saying he does not have a substantial likelihood of success on the merits. And which is, by the way, probably the most important factor in an injunction is element 1. Is there a substantial likelihood of success on the merits? Because if the answer is no, then there is no injunction. There is no amount of other factors that will counterbalance no substantial likelihood of success on the merits, except for immediate, like, imminent irreversible harm that is really significant. And I mean, we're talking like death. I don't know what would undo it, but I mean, this first element is really damn important. It's really important. So to say, I'm not going to address the most important element of my injunction reply, I'll do it later. I'm not going to do it within the deadline time. It's when you have to do it. There's no reason not to do it. You're already writing 10 pages. Write 11. What the hell? Why would you not? Why would you not address the main factor? It's the first factor. It should be your strongest argument. Like, what possible excuse would you have to not address that you will succeed on the merits? Because your lawsuit has, like, he just told the judge, my lawsuit, psychologically, my lawsuit probably has merit, and I'll explain how it has merit in a later filing. But just trust me, bro, it does. I think. Insanity. Sorry. However, plaintiff does have a likelihood of success on the merit. What plaintiff hopes to do with this reply, oh, fucking kill me, is to address defendant's response in regards to factors 2, 3, and 4. No, the reply is to address all of the factors. It's not like a running... It's not a relay race. Like, imagine if you are running a relay race and they're like, you know what? In this 4-man relay, our main leg, our opening leg is Usain Bolt. He's the opening leg of the relay. But you know what? We're hoping to achieve having a nice run in sections 2, 3, and 4, and Usain Bolt will run his leg in 14 days. The fuck are you talking about? This is your reply. Your reply to this document is now. It's the only time you have to reply to the response. Argument. The question that faces this court regarding the preliminary injunction is who will suffer the greater harm if this injunction is or isn't granted? No, that's not the question. It's 4 questions. The first one is, do you have substantial likelihood of success on the merits? Addressing the latter 3 factors of the 4-factor analysis, plaintiff will rebut what defendants wrote and address that 1, there will be irreparable harm if this injunction is not granted. 2, plaintiff's injuries outweigh any harms defendants would receive. And lastly, 3, the injunction will benefit the public interest. But you won't show that you're going to succeed on those 3 points. That's why it matters, Russ. I believed in you. You were the chosen one. You were supposed to bring balance to the lips, not destroy them. That's it. Moving my microphone here. I don't know where my lips went. I can't even do the lips. However, in honor of having a face that moves, I will be drinking out of my face for the rest of the night. I'll be drinking out of... here we go. I'll be drinking out of me. My face. There's some hand-painted Japanese fucking glass. Cheers. Angry Baneling, it was in a closed cabinet. My cat can't get in there. Gummy, Teespring doesn't have shot glasses. I would have already done that. Oh my God. More free than Canada. Says Canada was great on freedom in World War II. Had Japanese work on farms and live in tents. At least US built barracks and didn't inflict forced labor. And instead of private citizens using legal trickery to take property, Canada's government confiscated and sold it. Oh, shit. I haven't read about Canada's treatment of the Japanese in World War II. That's great. I was watching Cobra Kai today where Danny LaRusso. You suck, LaRusso. He sucks, by the way. The entire show is his fault. Over and over and over again. It's great. But I was watching the one where he went to Okinawa to I guess, rehabilitate himself on Mr. Miyagi, on Pat Morita. And he says to the Japanese chick from the second movie, he says, hey. Actually, he doesn't sound like that anymore. But I'm going to say it as if he was still 17. He's like, hey, Mr. Miyagi, he's not here with me anymore, but I feel him when I'm here in Japan, but, oh my God. I just, I don't know. I hate Danny LaRusso from Cobra Kai. He's a shithead. He sucks. I don't even remember where I was going with that story. But he's pissing me off a lot. All right. Oh, by the way, he goes to Tokyo to work out the deal, and then he just, I'm going to just moonlight in Okinawa. Notice he doesn't call his wife, right? He doesn't call his wife, oh, hey, Amanda, hey, honey, I'm just here in Okinawa. Yeah, remember that girl I told you about that I was totally in love with? Fought a man to the death over? Yeah, I'm at a house. Don't worry about it. I'm coming home tomorrow with a Japanese baby. Like, what the fuck? The man is married. He goes to Tokyo, and then he just moonlights in Okinawa with with the chick that he fought a man to the death over, and he's just like hanging out with her unmarried self. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm sure his wife's fine with that. Would I call my wife? Absolutely. I'd be like, yeah, so I have to go get Mr. Miyagi's old letters from this lady. Look, she really let herself go. You know, I mean, come on. She's Asian. They go from hot to immediately unattractive. When the wall hits them, it is not a wall, it is a combine thresher, and they are demolished. So, yeah, you got to understand, I may have fought to the death for her 30 years ago. Today, I would have kicked her into the pit of spikes and fire, and then I would have thrown a grenade in there. But I have to go get Pat Morita's letters, because if I don't, I can't save my car dealership that we worked really hard on. And unfortunately, it's behind a Japanese paywall. Like everything else in the world is behind a Japanese paywall. So I have to go. I have to sit cross-legged on this fucking pillow, because apparently Japan, who invents like TVs and camcorders out the ass, can't figure out a fucking chair, and they sit on pillows and pads on the floor like weirdos. What the hell is that? You can make raw fish taste good, but you can't make a chair? I hate Japan. I'm sorry. Apparently, Rittenhouse whiskey makes me anti-Japanese, and I like it. I like it. Hi, our walls are made out of rice paper. Why? Have you heard of drywall, motherfucker? What is wrong with you? Ryoji Mata says, we hate you too, fuckwad. That is the proper response. Yes. Yes. I'm sending the Enola Gay. I'm sending it over right now. Let's reignite the world, literally, with suns falling from planes. Linda Marie says, Kentucky Attorney General Dania Cameron challenged dictator Bashir so we can attend church. The cop shot by Breonna Taylor's boyfriend is retiring retiring before George Floyd Act fucks cops civilly. No immunity. Canada's religious persecution and BS is BS, and Canadian Bill C-10 will kill free speech on YouTube. There you go. Ricada Law, building global relations since 20. When did I start this shit? 2017, I think? Yeah. 2017. Okay. Back to Russell Greer. Sorry for the digression. If Japan could only invent tables over 1 foot tall, we'd be fine. Irreparable harm if injunction is not granted. Robert Stratton says, now you have to get Felix Rex / Black Pigeon Speaks on. Why? I don't know anything about Black Pigeon Speaks other than I was on a show on Coach Red Pill's channel. Is Coach Red Pill still alive? Has anyone aborted him yet? Has anyone aborted him like the book he wrote or the Mistress Baby or whatever? The last time I said that Coach Red Pill forced his mistress to have an abortion, by the way, I was reporting that as other people said Coach Red Pill forced a lady to have an abortion. I don't actually know that, but that's what people were saying. He sent me a threatening direct message. He's like, you take that back. I demand an online retraction. I demand the ability to answer. I never answered him. Sorry, Coach Red Pill. Is he still doing anything? Does he exist? Is he still on YouTube? Coach Morning After Pill. Oh, damn. He's still making stuff? Okay. Well, good on him, I guess. I don't know. I lost interest. So Coach asked me to review his book. I had him on the show, and he asked me to be fully and brutally honest with his book. And I gave him honest criticism of the book, and he did not appreciate it. I don't like reviewing stuff that people send to me. I really don't, like, especially if I know them, because if you ask me for honesty, guess what I'm going to give you? I'll give you honesty. And did not appreciate that. Not at all. Which is a shame, because I was on good terms with him. I don't hold any malice towards him. I just thought that his book needed an editor. Which, by the way, if I ever write a book, it needs an editor too. It's not unique to him. Anyway, so that was the end of a weird era of my YouTube life. Now I'm wistful. Now I feel like a Wojak meme. Okay, irreparable harm if injunction is not granted. Oh man, we're drinking. We're talking about Coach Red Pill. Yeah, now we're getting warm, getting itchy. Black Pigeon speaks. Felix Rex lives in Japan, is far enough from Western wokeness that his analysis are uncontaminated by stupidity. On the show, he was fine. I just never have crossed paths with him since. That was about the study about right-wing YouTube or whatever. The first, like, YouTube map of hatred. So we talked about it. It was good. It was before my channel was big enough to make the map. So that was cool. Irreparable harm if injunction not granted. A lot has transpired since plaintiff filed his complaint last year in September of 2020. The harassment from the users on Kiwi Farms has continued. Specific instances of harassment include: in November 2020, plaintiff notifies his criminal defense attorney that he is receiving physical hate mail. Physical hate mail! No! A letter in the mail! Guys, a physical letter, and it contains hate. I'm like that Asian guy on Yellow Flashes stream. I love hate mail. I love refrigerators. I love it. Tell me how much you hate me. Write it down in pen, in cursive, and send it to me. Oh, God. Oh, shit. Look, I'm going to have to make some quotations that are uncomfortable, but these are soft A's. I don't know if I can even do it. On December 28th, 2020, an Instagram profile sent plaintiff a threat saying, "Watch me shoot at your peoples." It later said, "You bout to be on a t-shirt, bitch ass." The sheriff is Is this allowed on YouTube? I don't even know how to address this. No, damn it, the sheriff is near. The user then ended with, "IK, I know where you stay too." The same day, he's saying the sheriff is near. That same day, another profile messaged Greer and said, I'm finna come through and kick yo lil door down." Well, we know only white people are on Kiwi Farms because they're white supremacists, so that can't be, that's got to be either an impression or not Kiwi Farms. On February 10th, a fake profile, how do you know it was fake. Messages Greer and says, "Are you that Taylor Swift stalker?" Exhibit C. The endless barrage of messages causes plaintiff to turn off receiving messages from unknown people. The endless barrage is three messages. Save a voice clip of Drexel saying it and playing it every time you need it said out loud. A week later on that's a good idea. A week later on February 16th, feeling that his life is in danger, plaintiff buys a stun gun for self-defense. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not supposed to laugh at his pain. Get away from me. I'll stun you. Zit, zit. Zit, zit. Get stunned, motherfucker. Zit, zit. Teaser, teaser, teaser. Blam! Blam! Ace of Spades says in Kermit voice, hey, Nick, just say vinegar or knee gear. That's how I get around it when I need to tell a vinegar off. Oh, my God, no. Stop. Stop it. On March 23rd, an emailer by the name of Clemente Guzman emails plaintiff with a garbled, blathering, false rant about plaintiff being involved with the KKK and falsely saying that plaintiff is conspiring with random people he's never spoken with ever. He calls plaintiff a dipshit, Exhibit E. Put the period inside the fucking quotes. Why do people do this to me? Look, I know that it is okay to put the period outside of the quotes. I know that you can do that. Don't. Ever put the period inside the fucking quote. Put it inside the quote. Put it inside the quote. There are weird exceptions to having the period outside the quote. You can actually look it up, but I don't like it. It's like a new thing. It's not the right way. You can do it. Put it inside the quote. Sneed, you motherfucker. I'm going to rip Chair Coon's armrests off. Don't you make me do it. The emailer then ends his message with a second email by calling plaintiff a motherfucking stalker. Notice that period's inside the quote. What's wrong with you, you weirdo? The email was very alarming. Shortly after, plaintiff files a criminal complaint online with the Las Vegas Police Department. He called me a stalker online because I am. Designation, what is this? Tagged me in Discord? Why can't you DM me in Discord? What did I do to deserve this? What did I do to deserve this? Can you email it to me? Or not email it to me. Can you tag me in the... direct message me in Discord. Don't ever tag me in Discord, please. Because, like, I don't know exactly what it is. I think I know which one it is, but I want to make sure. Just DM me. Just DM me, bro. Your Europrop says, dude, you're balding. Grammar is the least of your problems. Good. I hope I bald so I can look like a giant penis like Greg Doucette and then file for bankruptcy and be a fucking failure. Because I can't wait to be a failure, but to be Twitter famous like Greg Doucette. God, that'll be so great. It'll be so great. I can't wait. I can be a giant torpedo dick or whatever, but I'll be less fat, so it'll be better. I'm like, hey, girl, what you need? Look at the shape of this head. That's why women like bald men. Have you not seen that old? Look, I'm about to get degenerate for just a second because I too was in college at one point in time and unmarried. And this is old enough to actually pass that test. So we're going back here. 17, 18, 19 years, I don't remember. Have you guys not seen the video of the man who has his entire head inside a woman's vagina? Have you not seen that? That guy was bald too. There are advantages of balding, and it is shoving your entire head into some biker chick's vagina. How have none of you seen this? It's not real? Oh, dude, this was well before deepfakes. That shit was real as hell. Now you all have Fetch Quest. Welcome. I have Skyrimmed the entire chat. You're now on a Fetch Quest. You go to Markarth and you find that random biker dude shoving his entire face into some old, worn-out hag's vagina. It was not a latex fake. Nope. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you say at all. Sweet and sour pork. Don't you tell me what to do. I won't remember it anyway. That's every bald man's dream. It's every bald man's dream. Oh, no. So how a white man says the N-word to a black man? Can I even play this? I guess it's on YouTube. I don't know. This is a professional tip right here. Let's look at this real quick, okay? It was a minute 30.
Yo, what's up, kid?
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm good, dude. I'm good. Yo, you got my money?
Oh, sorry, bro. I had to buy a new pair of rocker bottom shoes. I'll get money to you next week. Is that cool, dude?
Hell no, that ain't cool, dude. Where my money? I need my money right now.
You don't have to be talking to me like that.
Nigga.
Whoa! You can't do that.
Hey, man, I don't know what's going on, but you need to have my money right now. Empty your pockets, get my money right now.
Well, I thought we were cool. Why are you tripping?
Nigga.
Remember all the way back. Remember all the way back in 2015 when we could laugh at jokes? Remember all the way back 6 years ago. I know it's a long time. 14.75 million views ago. We could actually have a joke. It didn't mean anybody was racist. It didn't mean anybody was full of hate. It was literally a fucking joke. You could just smile and things would be like, let me channel Evan Hansen. Everything's okay. That's it. All we need are in words for forever. Let the world say F slurs for forever. Buddy, you are my N-word for forever this way. Why? Why? It's just a fucking joke. There's no hate. There's no malice. It's just a god of humor go. Everybody has suddenly ascribed to third wave feminism and bullshittery that they will sit there and they will eat a dick all day and tell you it's not a dick. They're like, no, I'm not gay. Leave the cock in my mouth out of this. There's nothing to do with this at all. Stop talking about the giant penis in my mouth. It's not really a... I had to swallow that definitely not semen. Listen, that's not real. Jokes are not okay because jokes are hate, and hate is wrong, you bigot. Where did that go? Why? Why can't we just laugh? Why can't we just go, okay, that was funny. It was okay. I get it. White guy can't say the N-word, but black guy can, so you just pay him minimum wage, which should stay at $7.25 an hour. $15 an hour is way too much for a black person. So we're going to pay him $7.25 an hour to have him say the N-word whenever I point at him. Genius.
Hey, dude, forget that. If you don't have my money right now, I'm gonna put 3 hot ones in you right now, dude. Where my money at?
Now you threatening?
The most offensive thing in this clip is a stereotypical black guy shaking down the white guy. Oh my God, how... Somebody find their parents and kill them.
Me? Nigga!
Please.
Man, forget that, dude. You need to...
Listen,
Nigga.
you'll get your money next week.
Nigga.
So quit acting like a bitch ass.
Nigga!
Damn! You got told, you Kevin Hart knockoff?
Nigga!
Get the fuck out of here!
Thanks, man. You my...
Nigga.
Nailed it! Nailed it! Oh my God. Just... Please make fun of white people. Please make fun of white people. Make fun of everybody. Why the fuck is this controversial? Make fun of us. We all do different things. We all do weird, stupid things. Like, God damn it. Make fun of Mexicans. Make fun of Jews. Make fun of weird Japanese people who are just literally outlines on a wall. That was a fiery joke. It's just a flash of history right there. Make fun of everybody. India doesn't even exist. They're literally the thirstiest men on the planet. Make fun of everybody. Make fun of everybody. Make fun of Iran, the greatest marijuana country in the world, because every chick there wants to get stoned. Make fun of everybody. Why is this so fucking hard? I don't get it. Hate today. I hate it. Can we go back to 2012? No. Can we go back to 2007, before Obama was elected, before the racist in chief was elected, when we were actually on an upward trajectory of race relations? Can we go back to Bulworth, where we get Warren Beatty dropping the N-word 50 fucking times in a movie and saying, maybe we all need to start fucking and fucking and fucking until we're all the same color? Can we go back to that? It was not that long ago. It was not that long ago, and Twitter and Facebook existed, and they were havens. They were havens of free speech. They weren't Gestapo camps with everybody looking over their shoulder. They weren't someone worried that an autocorrect was going to get them banned. Can we please go back to that? Fuck me. Can we go back to when Quentin Tarantino could say the N-word 38 times in his own movie? Because the character was racist and no one fucking cares? It's okay. This isn't dead N-word storage, right? Why'd you shoot Marvin in the face? I didn't try to shoot him in the face. The gun just went off. What the fuck? I can't even call a fucking mutant a mutant on Twitter anymore. Have you guys ever seen Mitchell Horton? Jarlant, at Jarlant on Twitter. Definitely don't go look up his docs because you'll get PTSD from all the fucking soy. And you call him a mutant on Twitter and suddenly that's literally, if you want to know. And this fucking fairy is out there saying that I use slurs on him by calling him a mutant and that's why I got banned. This motherfucker is lying. Mutant is not a slur. It's a fact statement. It's a fact statement. My Twitter account, 27,000 followers, was removed because I called a fucking piece of garbage a mutant. That's it. That's it. This guy accused me of federal felonies. He said I was guilty. He said I was guilty of embezzlement, of wire fraud. I call him a mutant. I'm banned forever. Because he's a fucking faggot. Oh, wait, are we allowed to say that? No, is it not 2007 anymore? Fuck you. Political correct my fucking nuts. Fuck you. Fuck everybody. I'm so goddamn tired of this shit. You want slurs? I'll give you slurs. Come to my house. I'll slur you into the fucking ground. And guess what? I'll record it and email it to Susan so she can jerk off in the corner. What a fucking cuck she is. Rittenhouse Whiskey has me murdering the pedos. Fuck you, Mitchell Horton. You piece of shit. All right, back to this. What was that about? Not being able to get through a page of text. We're doing it. Remember, she just got the free expression award, so it's all good. It's all good, fam. By the way, I'm not at 1,000 likes yet. I haven't even gotten to 1,000 likes. You guys are slackers. Just gonna say it. All right, let's get back to this. On April 10th, a day after defendant's counsel files their documents, a man named David calls plaintiff from an unknown number. You guys cleared the 1,000 likes pretty fucking quick there. I'll drink that in a minute. I got to finish this one. Then we'll see what happens. And leaves a message saying that defendant has retained Greg Skordas and that plaintiff is going to receive a legal smackdown and calls plaintiff a little pipsqueak. No, Russ! On April 12th, David once again calls plaintiff's phone and taunts him, claiming he has friends involved in harassing Greer, and then goes into a bizarre rant, falsely claiming plaintiff is 5'3". Come on, it can't work on Greer. It can't work on Greer also. Do I look 5'3", bitch? Do I look 5'3", bitch? Speaking of that, I need a moment. I need a moment to get gay with you all, okay? Look, you can hate Ethan Ralph all day. You can hate Ethan Ralph all day. I will never stop you. However, However, Ethan Ralph is going through some bullshit right now in his personal life with his mom. No matter what your level of hate for Ethan Ralph is, okay? Or anybody, family being sick is fucking hard. Okay? It is. It is. And so I got Ethan Ralph a consolation gift today. He's always going through BS. Yeah, but that's all fake. This is real. This is real. When your mom is sick, your dad is sick. Like that's real shit. There's pretend internet shit and then there's real shit. Okay? I got Ralph a gift today because he's going through some shit and I think he needs a pick-me-up. Okay? Here we go. This is perfect. Look at this thing. I got Ralph a Maker's Mark martini shaker. I'm going to mail it to him. I don't even know what his mailing address is, but I'll probably find it on Kiwi Farms or whatever. But look at this. That's what we're going to do. I'm going to put a nice little note in there that says, hey, Ralph, you know what? I just want to go ahead and say, I'm thinking about your mom. It's shit what you're going through. I know it's a fucking stressful thing. Don't worry about the bullshit on the internet. The internet is the internet. But hey, real talk. Real talk. I hope your mom gets better. I hope you get to deal with this shit. And here you go. Here's a little thing. So I'm going to write him a nice little note because no matter what you think of someone, family being sick is nasty. And I don't care who they are. I don't care if it's Ron Toye. I don't care if it's fat ass Emmett Plant with all of his diabetes. I don't care about whoever it is. I don't care if it's NBA, Perfection, Shane. It doesn't matter. There's the internet. There's shit posting. There's making fun of people. And then there's reality. And I think we forget that a lot on the internet. That there's also the real world that we deal with, and that real world involves real connections. And whatever you think about anybody, like when their family's sick, and I will give some people on Law Twitter some credit. One of them, a giant penis that I don't like talking about at all, Mike Dunford. I'll give him some credit. When my grandmother died, Mike Dunford said, hey, all the internet aside, that sucks. Condolences to Rekieta Law. And that was nice. That's a real thing. So no matter what bullshit we're in at any given time, me and anybody else, that's all the internet, right? In reality, we all deal with real shit that comes through, and that's a real thing. So, to Ethan Ralph's mom, you know what? Some people don't like her son or whatever, but it doesn't matter. Ralph, I'm going to send this to you. I'm going to mail it to you. I hope your mom gets better. What about Legal Eagle's mom? Legal Eagle does not have a mom. Legal Eagle came out of a fucking factory, and you know it. All right. Now that the gay shit is over, are you saying this is all kayfabe? No, I'm not saying it's all kayfabe. I'm saying that everything that's on the internet can be real and simultaneously stop for a minute to respect people's families. Nick's drunk. Pablo, you haven't even seen me drunk yet. What the fuck? All right, I finished that drink. Now I got to have my 1,000 likes drink. I'll be drunk in a minute. Okay, here we go. Back to this. On April 12th, David once again calls plaintiff phone and taunts him, claiming he has friends involved in harassing Greer, and then goes into a bizarre rant claiming plaintiff is 5'3" and that Greer is going to lose to Greg Skordas. He is. He's going to lose to Greg Skordas. David emails Greer on the email he listed for this case and says Skordas is going to blow your pipsqueak ass out of the water. David then mocks Greer for an audition he never made public. What, the America's Got Talent audition? Nor does David know that a producer for the show liked the audition, but that's irrelevant. No! Russ, stop! Look at this. He never made it public, but a producer for the show totally liked it. He totally told me he liked it. Yeah, that happened. God damn it. And so Greer then contacts the Las Vegas Police Department again, and they instruct him to come in to sign a victim statement so that charges can be filed. On April 16th, this David person makes a taunting Facebook comment to Greer, and Greer tells David to stop contacting him. Oh my God. Oh my God, no. Per the federal rules of evidence, Rule 301, plaintiff can use this months-long pattern of harassment and stalking to establish a presumption these people are coming from Kiwi Farms. Coming from Kiwi Farms is not the same as Kiwi Farms, Russ. That's what 230 literally is. 230 literally is that. God damn it. The facts giving rise to presumption often gives rise to an inference that remains and may still be considered by the fact finder. Kiwi Farms is an entity, and unless Kiwi Farms is a speaker, it still has Section 230 immunity. Linda Marie says, we need a direct soundboard. I'm going to need them against the wall. German Shepherds. This beta cucks. Get in and get out. Black men could. And then as Kermit, get out, Gestapo. I'm going to need you against the wall. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. This presumption is established because it happens continuously in the harassing mentions things only those connected to Kiwi Farms would know about. So for defendants to say that harms have already occurred, that they're long past, and that there's nothing further to see is patently false. Harms are continuing to harm plaintiff. It's a never-ending pattern that he's had to ensure. I think he means endure, but he can't fucking spell check. Since 2017, Greer has posted public social media posts asking Kiwi Farms to leave him alone. Kiwi Farms isn't bothering you. Users on Kiwi Farms are. There's a distinction. For those 4 years, those close to plaintiff advised him to ignore the trolls. Literally ignore the trolls. The worst thing you can do is sue the trolls. It's the worst play. You know what? There's a playbook written by God, and it says, here's the worst plays you can make. And top of the list is suing the trolls. That's top of the list. Sue the trolls. Put them down in a permanent record. Yeah, that seems like a great idea. Oh man, this next drink of whiskey is going to be really disastrous. Oh no. That's a terrible plan. Oh, by the way, I called what's her face? I called Ray Gordon's lawyer. Was it yesterday or today? I don't remember. I called her though. I think it was yesterday. It was yesterday. I called Ray Gordon's lawyer and I got her voicemail. So I haven't gotten a response yet. I recorded it. There's nothing to say because it's a voicemail, so it doesn't matter. Do you guys want to hear the voicemail? It's not funny. I could play it, though. Who the fuck's the voicemail? Here we go. Let me listen to it. See how stupid I sound. All right, we're starting over. This is 1 minute long. Are you serious? Oh, there we go. No, I called during business hours.
Hi, this is Michelle Betty. You reached my voicemail and I'm unavailable to take your call. Please leave your name, number, and a brief message, and I will return your call.
At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hi, Michelle Betty. This is Nicholas Ricada. I'm an attorney in Minnesota. I received an email allegedly from you in regards to a Ray Gordon. I'm calling to confirm whether or not that email is legitimate and whether or not the contents of that email are serious. If you could please give me a call back or follow up with me via email, I would really appreciate it. Until then, I will hopefully talk to you soon. Have a good day. Bye. There we go. That's it. She has not called back or emailed back. I don't know. All I know is Ray is bad at chess. He's also bad at chest. Fuck. Why do you guys have me drink so much? All right, back to this. They advised him to post and do things that are normal. It wouldn't cause the haters to go into a frenzy, but to no avail has it stopped. Russ, you have not posted things that are normal, you weirdo. Greer has talked about the trolls with counselors. While mulling over the prospect of suing defendants, Greer reached out to senators to try and change the law to shutter Moon's site. No! Damn it! So that the harassment could stop, but his pleas fell upon deaf ears. Why does Russell Greer hate the deaf? Greer has naively hoped that defendants would grow tired of what they do and delete their website and move on. Wishful thinking. Yeah, Josh is going to delete the fucking Kiwi Farms. He's going to just delete all of it. Cave Canum, I realized that I was recording the call, so I wasn't going to put my cell phone number up there, but she easily has my number. My number is public. My office number is public. And she has my email already because she emailed me, so not worried about it. I'll call her again tomorrow. The facts in plaintiff's complaint. I will go ahead and state it has been over 7 days and I have not been served with a lawsuit yet. The facts in plaintiff's complaint do not show that defendants have given more interest to his works than there would have been before. His users have done the opposite. They have uploaded copies of his works to Kiwi Farms for anybody to download, even after written notice from plaintiff for them to be removed, telling each other to deprive Greer of money. Damn. As shown, the users on Moon's site have trashed Greer's works with hate sprees and 1-star reviews. To any objective person, upon seeing bad reviews, it would make it seem that Greer just is terrible at music and writing. Well, I mean, if the fucking shoes fit, Greer. Luckily, shoes don't go on your face, so they do fit like normal. As seen in the complaint with the book marketer refusing to market the book because of the bad reviews. But the truth is farther from that. Oh, what? A book marketer refused to market Russell's book? That thing is genius. It's beautiful. Alex G., you're in a profession that uses massive amounts of Latin. You don't know how Cave Canem is pronounced? No, lawyers don't learn how to pronounce Latin. We just fucking read it. Is it Cave Canem or something gay like that? Listen, we don't care about Latin. Latin is stupid. Fuck Latin. It should be dead. It should be as dead as that Rosenbaum guy that Kyle Rittenhouse shot. Fuck Latin. Speak English, motherfucker. We're in America. Why are we using Latin phrases? Deuces, take 'em. Fuck you. Latin is bullshit. Whoever wanted to hear it. But the truth is farther from that. People not connected to Kiwi Farms have said that they like Greer's music. But not everybody has been understanding or open. By nature, humans are gullible, and if one stars are written, then they believe the worst. Literally, they don't. Publicists have been interested in representing Greer until they find the warnings and truths written by Moon's users. Then they do an about face. Moon's users are not Moon or Kiwi Farms. Russ, come on. Fuck off. You can't do this. Why would you write this down? And they do an about face, doing a sudden reversal of direction because of the hate sprees. Greer hasn't been able to get into the entertainment industry. Greer, maybe it's your paralyzed face or your lack of personality or the fact that you literally stalk a bunch of women. You sued Taylor Swift, Ariana Grande. How could you sue Ariana Grande after the side-to-side video, you fuck? You sued Taylor Swift, Ariana Grande, Katy Perry, and others. Why would anyone in the entertainment industry want to do anything with you? Greer actually recently discovered that people have called Greer a rapist on Amazon on his book reviews, and he can't remove the reviews. A girl that Greer was interested in dating saw the reviews, was inclined to believe them, then listened to what Greer had to say. Exhibit I. Family members have had to distance themselves from Greer because they fear the users on Kiwi Farms. Friends of Greer have said that users on the site have contacted them. Greer's most recent copyright, Yo-Yo Vana, copyrighted in 2020, was put onto Kiwi Farms. The person who went by the name of David, who was harassing Greer, stated that Greer's audition video from early 2021 that Greer never made public was placed onto the site in the last month. How did they get it? How did they get it, Russ? It was never made public. Where the fuck did they find it? Was placed onto the site in the last month. While drafting his complaint, Greer discovered other unreleased works were placed on the Kiwi Farms as explained in Doc 3. This harassment is never going to end. Greer can't trust people now because he does not know if they're working with Kiwi Farms or if they're truly fans or interested in Greer. Russ, nobody's interested in you. You're a no-talent weirdo. No one has interest in what you're doing. Nobody. This is how plaintiff is harmed. His life is ruined. His reputation is smeared. His dreams are unobtainable. The most important thing to a person, their name, is tarnished. That's not the most important thing to most people. Greer is considered changing his name legally, but doesn't know if the trolls would still find him.
They would. I promise you, they would find you. And it would be warranted.
I can't take it. This is going to be a fucking insane My Cousin Vinny stream, I guess. Make no mistake about it, by the admission of the users on that site, their goal is to ruin lives. As evidenced in a discussion on that site, a user asks if a lol cow has ever won, meaning has a victim of that site ever risen above their harassment. The heading of the discussion then says, no matter what, the farms always win. Above the discussion is a quote they took from Greer's complaint in the present case. Exhibit J. Shutting down Kiwi Farms will get rid of a place for these sick individuals. You sick motherfuckers at Kiwi Farms. You goddamn bullies. How dare you make fun of this paralyzed face fucking stalker? How dare you? That's what an injunction will do. Plaintiff has indeed shown he is continuing to suffer irreparable harm. Plaintiff's injuries outweigh defendant's. In defendant's own words, as written on his website, it costs around $1,000 for him to operate kiwi farms on a monthly basis. So obviously, he's bringing in a lot of money. That is not obvious. That's not obvious. It could take $30,000 a month to operate a website. It still wouldn't mean you're bringing in that money. You could just be operating at a loss. What the fuck are you talking about? By showcasing and exploiting those he deems to be eccentric. No, it's not him. Janny Jersh doesn't pick the lolcows. Janny Jersh is basically a lolcow vegetarian. The farms picks the lolcow. Josh has terrible fucking taste. Can we talk about this? Josh is literally out there like trying to feed fat bitches or whatever, like Amberlynn Reed or whatever. He's like, oh, can I send another fucking 30 pizzas to her house from Eastern Europe? Will they take an order from Eastern Europe so I can get pizzas there? Josh is there trying to feed these fat fucks. The farms itself, people on the farms are choosing the lolcows. Josh is bad at choosing lolcows. Over and over and over again, Josh has shown that he's not interested in who the farms is interested in. He's bad at it. Josh has a shit judgment in lolcows. He just wants to get fat chicks some pizza and cheese or whatever so they can fart extra. I don't know what his fetish is. It's not my fault. It's not my thing. But the farms, the users on the farms, they pick the lolcows because crowdsourcing is better than individual taste. So obviously he's bringing a lot of money by showcasing and exploiting those he deems to be eccentric. Even if he was, that wouldn't matter. Further, by his own admission, mainstream sites like PayPal and Stripe have refused to do business with his site because of the nature of the site. And for good reason. People shouldn't profit off the suffering and exploitation of others. Fuck you. Get exploited. To put it best, Kiwi Farms is a modern version of the human Zeus that existed around the turn of the 20th century. Russ, are you the bearded lady, the 600-pound man, or the 5'3" midget? Which one is it? Like the pygmy people confined in the human zoos of New York in 1905 for onlookers to laugh at, so is plaintiff and others confined to Kiwi Farms. Good. Good. No matter how much Greer tries ignoring that site, no matter how much he begs Moon to remove his stuff, pleading is futile. Because for some reason, Greer is less of a person to the users on that site, and so people have violated his works and his privacy and his reputation because to them, Greer isn't a person, he's a lolcow. Period outside the fucking quotes! Yes, Russ, but you've just said users on that site. That's not Josh, and it's not Kiwi Farms. You can't sue Kiwi Farms for the act of a third party or multiple third parties. Bloodsea, you cannot super chat a video URL. Sorry. You have to get around it by putting dot in parentheses or whatever. And so people shouldn't be profiting off the misery of others. No one is profiting off of it. On his site, Moon says that Kiwi Farms is his only way to make income because he describes himself as unemployable. Period outside the fucking quotes. By way of professional and friendly advice, Greer suggested if Moon wants to change his life for the better, Moon should issue a public apology for the harm he has caused so many people and then delete his site, but Moon won't do that. That is the worst fucking PR advice on the planet. It is the worst PR advice on the planet. No, he should not do that. Be much better to change his name and start over than that. This request for an injunction isn't meant to personally harm Moon. Yes, it is, you fucking liar. It is to seek redress and put an end to the harms that Greer and many others have suffered. Greer cited in his injunction the case of Jersh. One's First Amendment rights do not give them the right to harass others in a concerted way. Moon isn't harassing you. Posting on a forum isn't harassment. Moon's actions have become one and synonymous with his users. No matter how much Moon reminds his users not to contact Greer, they still do. That's not his fucking problem, Greer. Moon has given these users a platform. Nope, he hasn't, actually. So obviously action needs to be taken by this court. Injunction will benefit the public interest. There seems to be a dichotomy with the term public. Notice his comment is outside the fucking quotes. Why would you put your comma outside the quotes? Why in Christ's holy name would you do that? You fucking degenerate. Did you take the comma to Olive Garden? Did you take the comma to Olive Garden for 4 hours before you put it outside? Why would you do that? Because the public that defendant refers to is not the general consuming public. No, the public that frequents defendant's site is generally composed of not so good people. You can't bring character evidence into a motion. It doesn't work. According to the Southern Poverty Law Center, a user of Moon's site has been involved with a mass shooting, New Mexico 2017 school shooting, and another was involved in a mass shooting plot, noting that both users had alt-right connections. Are you not familiar with the rules of evidence, you fucking idiot? Who am I kidding? Of course you're not. Of course you're not. The rules of evidence preclude the past acts of individuals be used against themselves, much less other users. Both users had alt-right connections. New Mexico school shooter had secret life on pro-Trump white supremacy sites from the Daily Beast. Oh, that's fucking reliable. Recognizing that Kiwi Farms is a hub for hate, the nation of Australia banned access to the website after Moon refused to remove videos of the New Zealand mosque shooting. Australia bans BitChute, Archive.is, Kiwi Farms, LiveLeak, 4chan, and 8chan.net. They banned the Internet Archive. Australia is a fucking cuck. It's also fake. Get spiders coming out of your kangaroo's fucking weird pseudo second vagina pouches or whatever it is. I hope you all get bit and died and then stung by those godforsaken minuscule jellyfish that murder people. Fuck Australia. What a shit country. Companies such as Redbubble, PayPal, Bitcoin, Google. Bitcoin isn't a company, you dumb fuck. Google Ads and Patreon have banned Kiwi Farms. Information that was gathered by a victim of Kiwi Farms who tracks defendant Moon. So the answer is no. Public and many private companies obviously do not want to do business with defendants due to the nature of his site. That's not how that works. Plaintiff is astounded that defendant would downplay the suicide of only one person. Isn't one too many? How are you astounded? It's Kiwi Farms. You can't be astounded. If you know what Kiwi Farms is, you're impossible to be astounded. But to please defendants, here are the confirmed people who've killed themselves because they hate streaming from Kiwi Farms. Julie Terryberry killed herself in June 2016, was a victim of Kiwi Farms. That doesn't mean it was because of Kiwi Farms, you fucking idiot. Chloe Segal in 2018, her death garnered much attention. That doesn't mean it was Kiwi Farms either, you fucking idiot. Transgender game developer who'd been bullied online dies by suicide. Oh, I almost said not enough. That would have been, I think that would have been outside the terms of service. You can't say not enough. So that would have been, I'm glad I caught myself. Other publications carried her death and they referenced Kiwi Farms as being the causation. Those publications include the Daily Mail, Variety, Black Christian News, Express Digest, and Oregon Live. Nicholas McCrary, also in 2018. And then in June 2019, a YouTuber named Desmond Amofa killed himself. Although there are many articles on his death, they don't specifically mention Kiwi Farms. Well, why the fuck are you mentioning it? There is a change.org petition with over 6,000 signatures that is calling for the removal of Kiwi Farms. Fuck all 6,000 of those people. And by the way, I get plenty of hate on Kiwi Farms. Fuck you, 1v1 me IRL, bro. It's just the internet, you idiot. It's just the fucking internet. Grow a fucking spine. I know yours would probably be twisted or whatever because God hates you for whatever reason. Grow a goddamn spine. If people don't hate you on the internet, you're not good enough for the internet. What the fuck is wrong with you? Though such petitions carry no legal force, 6,000 people is literally nobody. They do show that many people have an interest in removing defendant's site. Some of the people signing have left condolences for victims. I have no condolences for victims. Fuck everybody. Others have detailed their own bullying experiences with Kiwi Farms. Good. Go find them and make fun of them too. Others have called for defendants to be held legally responsible. When Julie killed herself, Defendant Moon posted on his website under the name of Null and expressed sorrow about her death. However, he unabashedly remarked, "This is an entertainment forum, and we like to be entertained. This most frequently means don't get angry. But it should also extend to sorrow and guilt. It is incredibly arrogant to think that your account on this irrelevant, obscure internet forum has somehow ended someone's life." It is arrogant to think that. He's right. What is arrogant to think that words don't hurt? What is arrogant is to think that words don't hurt. Words don't hurt. Get over words. What the fuck is wrong with you? It's the internet. No one on earth held a gun to your head and said, go read what Kiwi Farm says about you. Nobody ever. Nobody ever. It's email. Block the emailer. Done. Block the Twitter user. Block the Facebook user. If you're a fucking pansy and you can't take an insult, block everything. Lock it down to your friends. Who cares? That's what law Twitter does. And these are lawyers and they can't take a joke. They can't take anything. The only thing they can take is a bunch of dick up their asses because that's who they are. Fuck them. Fuck everybody. I'm so fucking tired of these weak ass people. Get over it's words. It's words. It's text. No one told you to read them. Do you guys remember when we were kids? Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. That was the rule. That was the saying. That was a song. It was a song, so it was true. It had meter. It had a rhythm. It had melody. How have we fucking gone so wrong? Words don't hurt is arrogance. No, words don't hurt. It's just words. Some nobody on the internet. Russ. Look, I've met a few Kiwi farmers. Russ, you're worried about these people? You're worried about them? It's a commenter on the internet. You can literally say the average commenter on the internet has an active butt plug right now. It doesn't matter what you say. You can make it up. It doesn't matter what the truth is because they're a commenter on the internet. They have nothing for you. Say whatever makes you feel better. Get over it. Get over it. I can't believe these people. People say literally the worst shit about me online. They do. They say all sorts of stuff. Say I abuse my children. I abuse my wife. First of all, let me address that. No, I would never lay hands on my children or my wife. Fuck you. I would kill you first, you fucking pussy. I'd beat you to death with my bare hands before I'd lay hands on my wife or my children. I would leave a mark in your skull and it would be indented into your brain before I would ever lay hands on my wife or my children. People say it all the time. People call me all sorts of felonies. They accuse me of everything. It doesn't matter. These are fat nobodies. They're fucking weirdos. They're nobody, Russ. Come on. Who are you? You're a paralyzed face, 2-time America's Got Talent reject. Who are you versus them? None of them have ever stood in a line. What the fuck? How are you hurt by this? How are you hurt by this? That emailing somebody at 3 a.m. It's an email, Russ. No one made you check it at 3 a.m., you fucking weirdo. Saying lies about them doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt. That person doesn't know you. What's wrong with you? Refusing to remove somebody's intellectual property that they invested thousands of dollars in. That was your bad. That intellectual property is shit. And posting their requests online doesn't hurt. Leaving unwarranted 1-star reviews. Unwarranted 1-star reviews on people's works doesn't hurt. Well, it hurts. As evidence, words kill. Words have killed 4 people by defendant's users. As plaintiff has stated, this isn't your regular forum. As shown, they conspire. They post copyrighted materials of others. They engage in hate sprees. They bully. Even if Moon isn't doing it all himself, he has given substantial assistance to the infringement by providing a platform. Jersh is a very great case with a similar fact pattern that this court should follow. As shown in the complaint, Moon is engaged in the commentary and harassment himself by posting Greer's DMCA requests, which in turn his users would taunt Greer. Plaintiff recognizes that much is at stake with this injunction, so he requests an oral argument for the motion. This is not the first time Greer has requested oral and been turned down, only if the court feels it necessary. Plaintiff concludes that he has shown that he has met all 4 standards for a preliminary injunction, except the fucking first one, which you didn't argue. You goddamn cuck. What is wrong with you? You didn't argue the first one. You said at the beginning. Why are you lying in your conclusion? God damn it. He's shown the public has an interest in this injunction. He's shown he will suffer greater harm than defendant. Plaintiff is not an exhibit or a circus freak. You are a circus freak and an exhibit, you fucking freak. He's a human, and so he moves this court for an injunction. I am not an animal. I'm a human being. I'm a human being. He then sent 46 pages of jokes. "46 pages of this. Why would you send this, you fucking weirdo? Buy it again. So we know he has this Vibertech VTS 880 30 billion whatever. I don't even know what this fucking is. Why would you show this? This doesn't show anything. This fucking exhibit. Called him a dipshit. Complaint referral. He's a fucking criminal. Complaint online forum. New voicemail. Wrestle with David Burnett. I'm not sure if you saw, but Joshua Moon is retaining Greg Skorda, says his defense attorney. Oh, you about to receive the biggest legal smackdown you've ever received. A little pipsqueak. Hope you're ready by this week. Look at this shit. This fucking idiot. All right. All right. Big Red Bear says, normally I'd never be for the harassment of anyone, but Russell seems to not be an anyone. A monster by any other name might be accurate. Funnily enough, his inner self is far more horrific than his physical ailments. That's what I said. I started off being hesitant to make fun of Russell because of his face. It's Mobius syndrome. And then I realized that it wasn't his face that was the problem. It's who he is inside. Inside Russell is the messed up part. But I will say, posting something on a private forum is not harassment. It's not. It's mean. It can be mean. It can be heartless. It can be hateful. No one is making you look at it. No one. The act of, if you post a bunch of shit on a private forum and then you send it to someone or you send it to their mom or whatever. Look at your son. He's a fucking degenerate. Here's all the stuff. That might be harassment. Just posting your thoughts about someone isn't harassment. It's not. It doesn't fit the legal definition. It doesn't fit the real definition. Anyway, let's do chats. Let's go do My Cousin Vinny. I need some fucking food. I'm starving. I'm dying. Death Wish says, sorry, Nick. I was too busy watching my pro gaming highlight video days on YouTube. Night of Hope says, dude, we had an entire year of this shit last year. It's just that the churches all volunteered to shut down and then begged the government not to close them permanently. Yeah, bunch of churches were cucks. True. This could have been us if we actually resisted some of the coup orders. No, we would have won, though. I wish we would have. Deathwish says, I was just fucking with you rackets, but I feel like I have to pay money to keep the insanos in check. You do. Pay more money. Pay me. I'm very important. Night of Hope says, I had a lady friend from Saskatchewan who was perfectly nice and kind of conservative with religious parents. But after she came back from art school, was brainwashed SJW. Well-funded 20-year revolution going on. Wonder if Soros is behind any of it. Deathwish says, give me a suppressed UMP and I will bring balance to the force. Dungeon Master says, Your Honor, my case totally has merit. Trust me. However, I am willing to settle an interim in exchange for the following. 1 million, a gold-plated unicorn, the Ark of the Covenant, the Black Lotus card, and for Mr. Moon to suck me in my penis. Timelink says, well, it makes sense because the Asian version of the wall is the Great Wall and there is no beating that. Malik Foxton says, just use Naga, Nick. I'd give you a pass, but YouTube doesn't think they're valid. Malik also says, Nick getting mad over punctuation is the best. Also, I'm with you, sir. Period outside the quotes looks sloppy as fuck. He also says, oh my God, someone, me, that dude job. I want to follow some white guy around and just be his N-word pass. That would be the best fucking side gig. Audi driver says, that whiskey must be something because you are killing it tonight, lawyer boy. Night of Hope says, I don't know if I am. We dropped a lot of viewers when I started dropping F slurs. So, fuck YouTube. Fuck all of this. Fuck big social media that has made slurs somehow like so scary for people that they tune out. Fuck everybody. God damn it. I watched like an 11-year-old on Cobra Kai say they fucked me up. They fucking kicked my ass, I think he said. They fucking beat my ass or something like that. Stop bitching about profanity. Stop. Get the fuck over it. Angry Bainley. Wait, no. Night of Hope says, if we pretend the place we live and people around us owe us something instead of acknowledging things are pretty good and we need to make better personal choices, that is national suicide. We'll end in misery and gulags. Careful what you wish for, motherfuckers. Angry Bainley says, Susan, no, he said baguette, not the other word. Leave him alone. Get out! YouTube Gestapo! Get out! You're not welcome here! Also, you should hear how Indians pronounce Niger, the country. Oof. Mr. Rigsby Gaming says, decided to go to Anime Matsuri to support Vic. Come to my panel, you motherfucker. Look, we're going to have a good panel at Matsuri. We're going to have a based and red-pilled panel, probably about cancel culture. I don't know if I'm getting 1 or 2 panels. I'll let you guys know as soon as I know. But we're going to have a good panel at Matsuri. Come, cheer, jerk off, whatever you need to do. It'll be fun times. Screw cancel culture, Mr. Rigsby Gaming says. Never been to a con before. Hope to see a bunch of you there. Screw Soye and whoever that other guy. Imagine being so inadequate that you try for years to destroy someone else. Pathetic. Yeah, Emmett Plant is a fucking fairy, and he deserves whatever nukes come his way. Come hang out with me at Matsuri. It's why I'm there. Like I don't like retreat to my room or something like that. I walk around. I'm in public. I hang out with people. We go to expensive restaurants and eat food. Fuck that. Silky Johnson says, hey, Nick, Hard Bastard hit a goal of 50 subs on Subscribestar. We'll be having a marathon stream this Saturday, 11 a.m. to 2 a.m. 11 to 2? You in the chat should pop in and show Hard Bastard some love. Wall Batter Horse Susan demonetized his YouTube channel, so come hang out. Silky Johnson says, Nick, that Greer guy sounds like a more AIDS-riddled Lispy as well as Lispy as a man can be with a half-brain function, soy-filled, weeping vagina that makes Toye kind of look sorta like something resembling a male visage. Why are so many people pussies? I don't know, man. Joseph Kerwin says, final thoughts on Rittenhouse. Innocent as fuck. Should have shot more people. Fuck these communists. Wrench says, Nick, when I was a kid, I used to cry about being called names. Then I manned up and threw it back at them. Called me a fig. I called them a fig and an asshole. Not hard to throw it back or ignore it. Jesus Christ. Fuck these soulless mongoloids. Amen, brother. I was at, like I told you guys, I was at a homeschool event all day today for a couple hours all day at a playground. I was talking with the homeschool moms there because dads don't tend to be there. They're working usually. My job is mobile, so I can just go. Most dads have real jobs. I was sitting there and they were talking about YouTube channels. And one of the moms says, you know who you should talk to about running a YouTube channel? To a kid. You should talk to Nick over there. He knows about running a YouTube channel. And a kid says, what's the name of your channel? And I said, look, it's not for kids, so I'm not going to tell you. And then my daughter goes, Ricada Law. I was like, stop it. You're grounded. But anyway, the kid says, it's, I tell the kid, it's not for kids. You shouldn't watch. And that's okay. It's fine. And, but anyway, they were then talking about how their 8-year-old cousin has a YouTube channel. And I mentioned, oh, my kids want a YouTube channel too, but I don't let them have one. And I said, people are really mean on the internet. They're just mean. I said, I've been dealing with people being assholes to me for 40 years. I don't care. I have grown past that. But until my kids are ready to accept rudeness, I'm not giving them a YouTube channel. That's insane. That's insane. I can already see it, you know, like a kid does a Minecraft show or whatever, and someone says, "Hey, why do you sound like a fig?" or something like that, because they're young. And they're like, "Hey, Dad, what's a fig?" And I have to explain to him, well, it's this guy named Russell Greer. That's a fig. And they go, "Oh my God, I don't want to be Russell Greer. My life is over." Kids aren't prepared to deal with that shit. But you're an adult. Get the fuck over it. Get over it, you pussy. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Oh my God. Night of Hope says, some idiots are probably going to have a problem with you saying words will never hurt me, with Vic's case being a complaint about people's words. Was wondering if you could clarify that since you're better at doing that. Yeah, simple. Words won't hurt me, but words convince dumbasses that things are true when they're not. Words can hurt you professionally, for sure. Someone calling me an asshole or a piece of shit, I don't care. Someone calling me a liar or an embezzler, those words actually can hurt me. They can. Now, I'm not suing anybody because I'm not an idiot. And I haven't suffered actual loss. Vic, the words actually hurt Vic. They clearly did. He lost a bunch of, 17 contracts in the complaint that are mentioned that he lost? That's tangible money. That's real harm. It's shown in the complaint. So hopefully that fixes it. Or hopefully that explains it. Joseph Kerwin says, final thoughts on Rittenhouse Rye? Oh, it's really good. Ignore your first sip of it. The first sip of it's kind of trash. After that, it gets great. It's great. It shoots you right in the bicep. Malik Foxon says, didn't proofread my last chat, but I'd love to be paid to follow someone else around just dropping the N-bombs for them as a side job, public service, and I make extra dosh. Phantasmagorical says, I didn't get closure last night, Nick. I better get that outro tonight. You will. Andrew says, Nick, did you see Tim Scott's response speech to Biden's address last night? Curious your thoughts on it? Nope. Pinceroso says, check out Pikesville Rye next time you get a bottle. Same distillery and mash bill as Rittenhouse Rye, but 2 years older and 110 proof. Oh, that sounds good. It wasn't at my liquor store. Mulfiard says, I don't apologize for being late and gay. I was working out to my music. Lost 70 pounds since starting my journey on Thanksgiving, down to 280. You rock. Hey, get thin and be a person again. Fat people aren't people. They're fats until they're people again. Cynic Chief says the best intro is the one you just doing shots. That was a good intro. The gray one says, evening, Nick. Just an update about feds. You hear they were ready to arrest Chauvin, even if he was found innocent. Hope there's more to it because his screams, welcome to China, wrong thinker. I mean, they were planning. I mentioned this. Chauvin had a plea agreement set to go because he didn't want to be charged with a civil rights violation along with the murder because that can enhance the sentence. Of course, the feds were ready to arrest Chauvin. Barr rejected the plea agreement. The plea agreement was to not charge him with the civil rights claims. By the way, that was under Trump. We have to acknowledge that. That was Bill Barr. They were ready. Everyone was ready to convict Chauvin. Not just Biden, not just Democrat voters. Everyone was ready to convict Chauvin, including the Trump DOJ. They refused a plea deal. Could have taken the plea deal and ended this all a year ago. They didn't do it. Nate Hooper, welcome to Paralegal Status. DEFCON says, hey, I know this isn't something you should talk about, but did you see what happened to Kentucky Ballistics? 50 cal exploded on him. Anyways, really enjoy the streams while working nights. I did. I showed Lady Rackets the laceration that goes from like here to here. I showed her. What a shit roll that was. Albedo says, since you won't talk about the case that makes you speechless. Speaking of that, Speechless, Controlling Words, Controlling Minds by Michael Knowles is available for pre-order on Amazon. So check that out. That's good. Kyler says, press the cloud button by the search bar on Odyssey. I know, I press it. It doesn't actually have a live stream option. I'm going to message the guy because I don't think it's actually been activated. Ashby says, hey, Nick, you probably answered this last night, but I didn't stick around for the response. Tips on beating Mithrix with Bandit and Risk of Rain 2. Get up high. Climb up on one of the fucking pillars on the outskirts. Your shotgun and your rifle, whichever one you choose, they will both hit Mithrix and from a distance, and they will allow you to, plus your R button, your big shot, those will allow you to gain your power-ups back. Just get up high. Chief Joe Wahaki says, hey, Nick, longtime viewer, first-time dono. Welcome. Do you think that the menthol ban will pass since it's unconstitutional? I think it'll pass. I'm not sure it's unconstitutional. As a whitey, I enjoy my menthols with the boys and cherry cigars on acid trips. Look, Vic is wrecked. Vic likes the Cuba Cuba acid cigars. Those are flavored cigars. I don't know what he's going to do. Yeah, I think it's going to pass. I don't know that anybody's going to rush to the constitutional challenge to fight for menthols. But it's stupid as fuck. Rob Price says, Nick, please learn the whole story before commenting. I live in Alberta. Also, Coates was not in a maximum security prison. He was in our equivalent to a county jail. I'm willing to tell you the truth. Look, I'm just going by what's on the fucking report. They said maximum security. What's the whole story, Rob Price? Email me. Tell me the truth. Tell me the truth. Wolfgang Deo says, not sure what to make of today. I think I may have won over my local academia towards non-leftist thoughts. You didn't. If so, I think things will be better here. They won't. Jero Stick says, Alberta had two conservative parties that divided the vote, allowed the Socialists to win and ruin the place for a 4-year term. Turdo can be PM forever as long as he keeps Toronto and Montreal. Devin Cook says, fight the communist Canadians. Wolfgang says, I also wrote to Starbucks as a shareholder calling one of their employees a white supremacist. That conversion went south. Hope this helps her. Annie Lucas Painter says, as a native Californian, I'm going to have to say Canada still sounds far, far worse. Wrath Arano says, Canadians don't have rights. We have privileges, which can be revoked on a whim by the government with a rubber stamp approval by the courts. Our Constitution is nothing more than PR fluff. Nuclear Winter Gamer says, look up Dave Bjorkman. Made a new federal party for the Canadian election. He's looking to fix our Constitution problem. Good luck. Zach Smith says, you say things you really don't mean, and that's quite mean. What did I really not mean? Not applicable says, Bainling doesn't know closed cupboard. He's Indian. Stop it. Ash Ukihime says, glad to see your stream. I had a rough week, and this is what the doctor ordered. Have you ever wanted to slap someone before that you couldn't reach because they were only talking shiz online? How are you? Yes, tons of times, and I'm fine. I'm great. Not applicable says, the wall is the typhoon in Asia. Get it right. Wolfgang says, to be honest, I hate chairs and your face. This gaming chair may be nice for you gays, but ugh, I hate chairs. Bring the Enola Gay Beach. Glib Facsimile says, my name's gay admin Josh Moon, and I love Israel. Wolfgang Deo says, no, with the period outside the fucking quotes. Ulash1 says, I'm going to rip Chaircoon's arms off, comma, outside the quotes. CJ says, F your period in quotes and your Oxford comma. No, fuck you. Dude in 2217 says, Greer is a gift this world doesn't deserve. Sage Emerald says, these are the kind of streams I sub for. First Japan, now heads up biker chicks who knows what comes next. Not applicable says, unless it was Monica's, there wasn't enough room. Blood C, welcome. Thank you for the donation. Siren Jack says, didn't Joseph get false Me Too'd in Genesis by Potiphar's wife? Yes. So it's not like this is all new. Good point. CJ says, so Drex is your right black man? Yes. Altria Mungara says, the problem with humor is that it has the power to make people think, and we know how popular that is in certain circles. Albedo says, am I banned from trying to get you to say the name of Michael Knowles' new book, Speechless? Controlling Words, Controlling Minds, available for pre-order? No, Albedo. I just read $20 super chats first and all the others later. Sorry. Tet says, on behalf of the homosexual community, I give you an F-word card. Peace. Oh, thank God. CJ says, I'm Ricada Fist. God fucking speed. Polyfrog64 says, you can never go back home again. The FBI, NSA, CIA, DOJ, the courts, big tech, and the MSM and even post office are weaponized against us. Good luck. Jordan Jones says, did you see Kentucky Ballistics 50 cal BMG blow up video today? He's okay. Spoiler alert. Kindly remind your audience to purchase safe ammo. Purchase safe ammo. Icon of Sin says, I'm finally giving in. The real reason you hate Ben Crump is because he runs a harder hustle. Game night is greater than movie night, and Baka is going to outgrift you. That Australian can fucking try. She'll lose. As Cyber Taz says, Chapter Master Adonis Paul has received a 30-day strike. All Crusade forces of the F People chapter now have a second target for Exterminatus. Wick Dipper says, send Russ a list of name suggestions. As Cybertaz says, Planet Rassle has been designated target number 1. Bloodsea says, can I super chat a video URL? No, you cannot. So I've disabled URLs for non-mods. Sorry, it was from the Chinese porn spammers. Twilight Dragon 3 says, Greer is willing to drop the lawsuit if Josh goes on a dinner date and also plays footsie. Does Josh like Olive Garden and anal? Don't forget that part. Dex Terminax says, I'm now firmly convinced Greer has only 2 brain cells, both competing for 3rd place. Melinda Scott's hero, ladies and gentlemen. Literally everyone says this might sound stupid, but couldn't Josh countersue Greer for libel, considering he accused him of several felonies? Not, you can accuse people of stuff it's the litigation privilege. You get to accuse people of stuff in lawsuits and not be sued for defamation because of it. Eddie Mo says, apparently the infinite pool of drool on his lower lip and chin hasn't given him enough of a reason to laugh when he knows God hates him. Not Epicable says, I'd hesitate because he seems mentally defective. Don't hesitate. Russell Greer's a piece of shit. Let's see, says, want to see a parody music of Russ's new song? It's all original content, so no copyright issues. Not right now. Not right now. I need to finish this stream up. I need to go to the bathroom really bad. Sneed says, I used to get pretty nervous when people would insult me. Then it happened enough times to stop caring, and then I started calling them worse stuff back. People really need to man up. God damn. Agree. Let's see, says, want a parody music video of Russell Greer's new song? I'll post it in chat. It's not a cover, so no copyright issues. You can post it in chat, but I'm not going to pull it up on the stream tonight. Cypher Warrior says, looked it up. Greer spent $12 for his stun gun. Shit. Gerbrecht says, I'll stop bringing up every breath if you ship my YouTube channel gaming with ADHD. I'm still working on it, so it's a little rough, but I'm having fun with it. Thanks for all you do, Nick. Check out Gerbrecht. ADHD gaming, so you never get the same game for more than 3 minutes. Rhinosaurus Rex says, hi, Nick. How are you? I'm great. Why is the comma outside the quotes and the question mark? Oh, God. Quacky Boy says, thanks for the great stream, Nick. Hey, thank you, everyone, for hanging out. Santiago says, your inner Razor Fist came out. What the hell happened to America? I remember when Eminem had a song where the entire verse was the F gamer word. Good times. Night of Hope says, think you missed the first part of my 2-parter. It was before the one about the gulags and motherfuckers. It's talking about the real reason why we can't have nice things as a nation. I don't know. I guess I might not have sent shrugs. Let me read it. Net of Hope. Net of Hope. Oh, you're right. Here it is. Sorry. Night of Hope says, you know why we can't have free speech and get along? And it isn't the elite or tech companies or anything else. It's because a bunch of ungrateful, comfortable Democrats didn't appreciate we were all nice and helpful to them their entire lives, period. Nailed it. Fucking nailed it. Thank you. Bloodsea says, sorry, I accidentally double posted a super chat. Oh, man. I'm really upset that you sent me money twice. Don't ever apologize for that. RK Maroon says, I hate periods outside of the quotes, and then put the period outside of the quotes. Fuck. All right, here comes the outro. Come over to Twitch. We're watching My Cousin Vinny tonight. I'm already you know I'm all lit up again. So should be a good time. Ooey 99 says, peace. Here comes the outro. I'm going to take a piss and get some food. See you guys in a minute on Twitch. Peace.
Oh, he drinks a fair bit, but you realize that it just helps get his noggin jogging along. With his glass by his side and his kids asleep tight, we'll hear some law-splaining tonight. With his microphone muted, we'll laugh at this boomer until he explains it's all part of the plan. Watch his face become redder as he becomes meta, raging at idiots from Twitterland. From the white shores of Maine to the hills of Glenlivet, there's no one who explains the law better than Nick. So pour out a glass for the ones who have passed to make the law what we have now. Oh, his lady is fair, and she handles herself with the grace of one who has borne many children. As the wife of a lawman, she makes sure that he has the time and the place to provide for them there. So pour out an ardbeg, a bow, or a love rug. The spirits flow as the ones who get unemployed. So pour out a glass for the tea post on Twitter as we hear law-splaining tonight. From the white shores of Nam to the hills of Glenlivet, there's no one who explains the law better than Nick. So pour out a glass for the ones who have passed to make the law what we have now. Oh, the guests are all plentiful, from Doug T to Drexel. They bring their perspective and spice to the mix. But the reason we're here and the one that we cheer is the one who is showcasing us since Greer. Get unemployed. So pour out a glass for the tea post on Twitter as we hear law-splaining tonight. From the white shores of Nam to the hills of Glenlivet, there's no one who explains the law better than Nick. So pour out a glass for the ones who have passed to make the law what we have now. From the white shores of Nam to the hills of
Shadows King 101, I missed a chat from you. He says, whatever problems he's going through, don't let it distract you from the fact that he's literally 2'1" Lamau. In regards to Ethan Ralph, sorry I missed that. I didn't try to. Fuck.